Hi guys, I'm Nikki and welcome to my channel. If you're subscribed, welcome back. If you're not and you're watching this for the first time, I'm Nikki. I do videos on makeup, skincare and hair care, natural hair, wig hair care, all that kind of good stuff. So if you want to join in, please do subscribe by clicking on the button below. And today I will be doing this makeup tutorial. I kind of call this the hot girl summer makeup look because it is very warm. It is very, you know, orange tones, sunset tones, kind of like sunset colors, but it is also tried and tested in the heat. Trust me, I'm currently on holiday in Turkey and I have been wearing makeup for the last couple of days. I don't like wearing makeup when it's really hot, but if I'm going out or I know I'm going to be taking pictures and I want to look extra nice, this is what I've been doing. So I will put all the product details in the description box and I really hope you enjoy this video. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm starting off by moisturizing my skin and I'm using the No. 7 Hydra Luminous water concentrate. And this has a very tacky feel. It almost feels like a primer. It's really sticky and it just helps the makeup to adhere to my skin really well, and it's super moisturizing. So I'm gonna start with this. See how it just gives you this really natural glow. Okay, this doesn't take long to sink in, so I'm going to apply my sunscreen straight after. This is the Roche Posay Anthelios XL Antishine Factor 50. It's very matte, but it does leave a bit of a grey cast, which is why I only wear this if I'm wearing makeup. But the good thing is has a high sun factor, which means it will really protect your skin from any sun damage. And people say black girls don't need SPF and all this, but to be honest, everyone needs SPF. And because the melanin in your skin only gives you an SPF of about 10, so you definitely need a minimum of 30, so you definitely need to top up. And the good thing with this as well is it mattifies your skin, so it helps the makeup to really last a little bit longer. Now you don't want to mix SPF with your foundation or any moisturizer or anything, because it has to form like a film on your face, so you really need to let it set and let it dry. So while that happens, I'm gonna start on my brows. Right, my brow routine hasn't really changed except I've been using a darker brow mascara. This is still by Collection. It's the Incredibrow. So it's a little bit darker than what I'm used to. This is Dark Brunette 3. So I'm gonna rush through because really you guys have seen me do my brows like a million times. So I'm currently on holiday. I'm in Bodrum in Turkey and it's been quite hot. It's been about 33 degrees and it's really not the kind of weather that you want to be wearing makeup, but sometimes you just want to look a little bit extra put together. So I kind of was trying out to see what works in the heat, and I found that this particular routine works really well, so I wanted to share that. So just using, this is my e.l.f. concealer in the shade Deep Cinnamon. I'm using this to clean up my brows. Okay, so that's it for brows. And okay, still working on eyes. I'm using the same e.l.f. concealer as my primer. This works really well as a primer as well. And I'm blending everything in with my beauty blender. And because I naturally have dark lids, this kind of blocks out that natural color so that the eyeshadow can really shine. So I really like how sort of the orange tones and the yellow tones complement dark skin, so that's kind of why I've gone for this particular look. This is the Revolution Reloaded palette. It's the Iconic Fever, and I'm going to start off with a transition shade. I think I'll go for this one in the middle here to start me off. Just putting this right in my crease, going back and forth, windshield wiper motion. And dipping into this palette. This is the Tammy's Makeup Revolution palette. I really like this palette, and to be honest, I so want to use it as much as I can because the colors are so beautiful. The sun keeps moving and I keep having to move with it. So I'm taking the bright orange from here, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. So it's a really bright color, so I'm just pressing that into my lid. I'm going back to my blending brush. I'm just gonna blend where those two colors meet, just to give a really nice transition. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of a wider brush, this one, and it's still a blending brush, it's still a fluffy blending brush, and get a little bit of the yellow color, this one, and use it right at the top, like here, just to kind of brighten it up a little bit and add this sort of sunset effect. Last but not least, I need to add a little bit of shimmer to the center of my shadow. So I'm gonna just touch the middle right here with that concealer. And then using this orange sparkly tone right here, just gonna use my finger and just press it on top of the concealer. Back to my blending brush. I'm going to dip it into both the orange shade and my transition shade as well. Just kind of both. Do it 1, 2, jump back and forth and put that kind of just to blend that shimmer nicely. And now for lashes, I'm using the Eyelure lashes. I have a whole tutorial on how I apply lashes, so feel free to, I'll put that in the description box. Okay, so my lashes are on. I'm just gonna put a little bit of mascara on my top lashes just so that they marry nicely, and also just to get rid of some of the eyeshadow that might have fallen onto my lashes. Okay, moving on. I don't need to prime my skin because of that sunscreen. I don't feel like I need it. This is the Gucci Face foundation in the shade 180, and it's a really nice color. It suits me really well, like, no, I think so anyway. And it gives like a satin finish, I would say. It's not completely matte and it's not super dewy, even though it is called the Lustrous Glow Foundation. I think it does quite a good job of giving enough glow without looking, you know, like sweaty or crazy. So I start with a flat top kabuki brush, and then I just smooth it out with the beauty blender. This is a little bit damp, just a touch. Using my e.l.f. concealer again. I'm running out of this and I need a new bottle, but it's something that I would definitely repurchase because it is really that good. So this concealer does not budge. Once you kind of blend it in and maybe set it, if you want to set it, you don't have to, but once you set it, it doesn't move or anything like that. It stays put all day. So make sure everything is nice and seamless before we add that powder, because once you set it, there's no going back. So using my trusty Banana Dreams powder, and I'm actually gonna set this with a beauty blender this time because I just didn't pack enough brushes for everything. So I'm kind of having to use different I'm kind of having to make do with what I have because I didn't pack enough brushes. So I guess I'm baking. I don't really bake often, but I guess I'm doing it this time. Okay, to contour, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Stick Foundation. And this is in the shade Espresso, and this is quite dark. I actually don't use anything this dark, but this is kind of what I grabbed when I left the house. So I packed in a hurry, so I kind of just took what I could find. So it's a bit dark, but we gonna work with it just a little bit. That's why I only use like a touch of it, otherwise it can make your skin look really dirty and gross, which I don't like. Using my fluffy powder brush, I'm going to dust away that powder. All that excess powder needs to go. I'm not trying to be out here with a ghost face, trust me. So to blush, I'm using my Trio by Sleek. This is the Pink Spirit Trio, and using this small blush brush. Well, this is a setting powder brush. It's complicated, guys. I didn't pack enough brushes, like I said. So I'm using the sort of mauvey shade on the end here. I'm going to take this sort of brown color and I'll mix it with the orange shade in here and use that for my lower lash line. Okay, now all over face powder, I'm still using my Estee Lauder Invisible powder. A bit of mascara for my bottom lashes. Then for highlight, I'm using this baked highlighter, and I'm gonna just apply that to the high points of my cheeks. The tip of my nose and the bridge and my cupid's bow. And then for lips, I'm using a simple brown lip liner to line my lips first, and then I'll apply a liquid lipstick. I'm going to use a lighter sort of pink tone pencil all over my lips. So I'm going to add this sort of coral color, I don't know. And then a little bit of gloss, just a touch. And then last but not least, some setting spray. This is the Skindinavia Bridal setting spray, and I find that this like holds my makeup all day, even in the 30-degree heat. So kind of just soak myself in it and then just let it dry. And that is the finished look. I hope you like it, and thank you so much for watching. I'll put all the product details in the description box. Until next time, bye.